are sponsored by Infinity Flux right here in Hickson, Tennessee. They are pretty much responsible for us, being financially floatable. No.
And we are also recording now.
Oh,
so.
cool. Hi. It's okay. I'm not on camera, so I'm not there.
It's all good.
Sure.
All right.
Let's get close to Lonnie. Let's get closer to
So we had everybody gather in. Don't spill my Coke. Oh my God.
Yay. Okay, we're all here.
All right. So anyway, as he said, we're Untitled Nerd Network. We are sponsored by Infinity Flux. Drop by and see them in the exhibitor hall.
Yep.
And the game room.
Yeah, in the game room. We are at tables W43 and 44 in the exhibitor hall, and we do have that awesome Nintendo Switch drawing going on. Quick introductions for everybody.
I'm Mark.
I'm Single Sarah.
I'm Lonnie, way over my head here, and
Oh God, Lindsey, I guess.
Dungeon Monster.
threw me off with your like extra there. Yeah, Dungeon Monster.
Clockwork Calamity.
And we decided to do some Game of Thrones content. So here we are.
So for the concept of spoilers, who is caught up on the series and who is not?
Everybody caught up?
Everybody's caught up on the series. Okay, cool, because there will be spoilers in this panel. So
Yep.
just so you know. Okay.
So
Where do we start?
Real quick, I just want to know. Okay, so who's read the books? Who's only seen the TV show? All right.
Okay,
fine.
good. Brethren.
Okay.
Who has no idea what they're doing here?
You're so far behind, the spoilers won't matter.
So I have the funniest.
If you've been on the internet and you've seen a meme, you're up to date.
Okay, I gotcha. So I have the funniest book to TV series story ever. I don't do spoilers, right? I was on book 3 when the TV series came out, anxiously awaiting book 6, right? Or book 5, Dance of Dragons. My friends, at the point in time where Ned gets arrested, my friends come to me and they're like, Mark, Ned gets out of jail, right? I'm like, yeah. He didn't get out of jail.
Fine.
2 weeks later, they come to me and they're like, you said he got out of jail. I was like, he was not in jail when they cut his head off. So I told you the truth.
Dude, that is so wrong. Oh. All right.
And I mean, it was Sean Bean. You knew he was going to die. How could you watch the, I mean, the only show he's never died in was National Treasure.
But
that was Disney.
I never knew because, he was the face of the freaking show.
Dude, you really need to read the books and get attached to no one.
Oh, okay.
Like, get attached.
Don't even
to
get
no one.
attached to the animals.
Yeah. Don't get attached to the wolves. Don't get attached to the, no, yeah. Yeah, or the dragon. Well, that was kind of sad, actually.
That was badass.
Oh.
We have an outline to go by up here. I very highly doubt
No.
we will.
This is not an outline. This is more like just a reference piece to make sure we don't.
Gotcha.
It's like 2 pages of names, 2 pages of events, because you can't possibly remember every little thing that happens in this freaking show.
Let's start there. Speaking of events, favorite event from the series? Red Wedding? Cersei's Revenge. Good choices.
I got to hear who.
Littlefinger.
Yes. Oh my God, yes.
I'm with that.
I want to
That's my
know.
favorite.
Okay, if you have to bring 2 back to life and leave 1 dead, Joffrey, Littlefinger, or Ramsay?
Wait. You have to bring 2 back to life?
Yeah.
And leave 1 dead? Ramsay stays dead.
Yeah.
So,
You can just read at them.
Joffrey comes back because somebody else will kill him quickly.
yeah. And then, yeah. So, my 2 favorite, I have 2 favorite. I was on book 3 when the series came out, so I was anxiously awaiting the battle on the Blackwater. And I thought they did that really well. And I was one of the people that when the Red Wedding hit and the internet lost its damn mind, I was like, read books! This is coming! And I mean, so the thing is, for those of you who didn't read the books, his wife wasn't there, like in the books. So like they upped it in the series. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I was so upset though, like when they revealed that Rob and like married her in the show, that they didn't do it the way they did it in the books, because I thought that he just set it up to get Catelyn to agree with him.
Yeah.
And then he was like, hey, by the way, this is my wife, Toodles, bye mom, thanks.
And so the series does advance a lot of things a lot quicker than in the books, because the battle of the five kings escalates a lot quicker in the TV series than the books do. But Martin is kind of like Tolkien in that he is an exponential writer and he is an expositional writer. So a lot of you got to get through a lot of exposition to get to action. And they took out a lot of the exposition to get you to the action.
But like season 7 was the season of fan service.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
season
it was
7
like
was
every single episode. Like, okay, you want this? Here you go. You want this? Here you go. Just constantly from start to finish.
I personally like the fact that we went from season 1 taking 5 episodes to travel from King's Landing to Winterfell to season 7. Okay, we're there.
Oh yeah.
Laurie's time.
It's like you go from like King's Landing to Dragonstone all the way up to Winterfell to the Wall and then back again all in one episode.
Well, so here's the thing though. I didn't realize until I looked at a map that Dragonstone is really just right off the coast of King's Landing.
Oh yeah, it's like
I
literally.
didn't realize until I looked at the map. I was like, holy shit.
It's just a short little dragons flight away.
That's why I like to watch the intro.
Yeah.
It reminds you where everything is.
You know, I didn't notice until like way on into the series that during the intro that they started showing new locations. I was like, wow, when did that start? I just don't happen to watch it.
The intro of each episode typically shows you locations you're going to visit in that episode.
Oh yeah, but I didn't know.
Okay.
It also shows you the advancing of winter and how the ice is changing,
Yeah,
which is very relevant right now.
Of course, you don't really
In
notice.
this room, it's really relevant. Holy crap.
You don't really notice the changes when the theme song starts, and you just lay back with your eyes closed and just bask. Yes, it starts, and then it's over with, and you cry for a week,
Yeah. And now we're having to cry for a year.
2 years.
Yeah.
April.
2019.
I heard April 2019 is where we're going, and it was what, September when the series ended.
It hurts. It hurts my soul. It's almost worse than Doctor Who.
I've never been in this position before. I've always been behind. I'm so
That's
sorry.
Oh,
So,
sacrifice somebody to the Lord of Light.
Mix of Game of Thrones. Ramin Djawadi does his live concert series where he plays the music, and he's got the orchestra and all that going on the whole time. And they have 3 screens that plays parts of the movie from the very beginning to the very end.
Oh, cool.
And of course, this movie for Cersei Revenge music there. Something said, can't think of the name of the song, but is where it builds up and you've got flames and everything going on the stage and the dragon fire. But it is absolutely awesome. It's a great concert series to go. They did it in the United States last year. Everybody in Europe got it, yes. They said every actor but 2 were European, and they did the concert in America. Well, now they have it in Europe. Of course, we go to Ireland to see it again. To Dublin in May. But they are still doing another tour circling the United States again. I think the nearest to Atlanta, where we're from, is down in Tampa. But it's a fantastic concert to watch. And at the very end, they do a tribute to everybody who's died.
That's a long.
12 hours later, you get to go home.
Has anyone? So I know I'm probably going to mention the books a lot because I've read the books. Has anyone seen the picture where somebody went through and with Post-it notes and tabs posted where everybody where somebody died in the book and it's just like a forest of freaking Post-it notes sticking out of there?
oh, real quick, while the spotlight's on y'all, I warned y'all I was going to do this. Can I have y'all come up here?
Please model your wares.
I have to. Now, hold your applause, because I'm telling you, we've got something special here. I want y'all up here on camera, if you don't care. I hope the camera.
Watch the cord.
I hope the camera gets you. Yeah, watch the cord.
So you can see yourself
I don't know
on
if you
the
might have to
screen.
bend down. Oh, it's cutting your head off. How appropriate.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Yeah, there you go. Awesome.
Kneel as if.
Yeah.
Bend the knee!
I wanna say, we have now. Let's. What are y'all's names?
Been waiting for Cersei to do
Really?
this for like
No, I mean,
Untitled.
okay. Anyway.
Alan and Becky Cassidy.
Okay, yeah. Alan and Becky Cassidy.
Yes.
And they came by our table today, and I was like, oh my God, you're like a godsend. Holy crap. And they show up as Tywin and Cersei, and they are actually up from Atlanta, right?
Yes.
Celebrating this weekend their 37th wedding anniversary. So thank you guys for coming up. Y'all can.
I'm sorry.
You may rise.
So wait, I'm sorry. I have to make a comment. It's Lannister's father and daughter celebrating their 36th wedding anniversary. It's this. Okay.
It's still appropriate.
You know how Cersei likes to keep it in the family.
Very interesting. If it's not a
So-
brother, it's a cousin. So wait, have you
But
have you
how
seen
can you
the
even tell?
have you seen the meme that's like on a scale of Luke Skywalker to Jaime Lannister? How do you feel about your inappropriate sexual feelings towards your sister?
Where do we go
So-
from here?
Did anybody in here get to see the Game of Thrones themed burlesque show that came to town a couple of years ago?
No.
You guys, you've so missed out. It's the only one that was endorsed by Martin, and they actually retired the show, so it's not going anymore. But it was amazing. I totally didn't
So,
make it up, and it really
it,
happened.
it was endorsed by Martin, so it took like 8 years to put together.
Yeah,
And somebody came on stage and killed a bunch of people.
it's pretty bloody.
It's like by the
It was
time
over.
the
And it had to
by
be
the time
over.
they were able to throw it together, the dancers were collecting
Just
Social
saying
Security.
the Jamie Cersei burlesque dance was wonderful and uncomfortable.
I am so happy that
They
that
were
was a thing.
talented, but oh, it was
Thank
creepy.
you for putting that image into my head.
All right. So,
Oh, so Game of Thrones didn't already get you there.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Martin.
favorite characters.
Oh,
Jamie Lannister, I think his end game will be amazing.
You like Jaime?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think he's got a good turnaround.
Arya.
Arya.
Sansa. Oh
Yeah,
Sansa.
I was so glad that
now.
Sansa finally grew a pair. It just,
And then she did, and it was so wonderful.
yeah,
You know, Jamie's taking such a road of redemption, and I think he's been
yes.
yeah.
I think season 8 we're going to see some amazing things out of him. Who thinks that Jamie is going to be the one to put the knife through Cersei's throat? Oh yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. Let's just sit around and
Oh,
just
he's
talk
like
about it.
strangler.
Cersei's
Yeah,
strangler, right?
yeah, yeah.
When they're standing on the map, she's on the neck and he's on the fingers.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Observant.
I did not pay that much attention.
Yeah, I think he's gonna strangle her too.
When they stand on the map, when they're talking to the Celestis, I don't remember exactly what episode.
Like a couple near the last episode.
She's on the neck and he's on the fingers.
That was the finale because we literally just watched that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we watched that like what 2 days ago
That's a good catch.
because like Sarah watched the entire season and then missed the finale.
Yes.
And so like 2 days ago, just so we were completely caught up on Game of Thrones, we all sat down and watched the finale again. And so she's fresh. She just now.
And I
Yeah.
can't tell you how happy Littlefinger is gone.
Oh yeah, that whole
Yes.
scene
It's-
right there was just absolutely
That was
beautiful.
awesome. She totally turned that around on him.
We got Claus in the back. What's up?
Speaking of Lannister blood, how many in your think of the theory of Tyrion being a
I think that if that were the case,
I think we would know already.
dragons in the caves?
Yeah, so there's a lot of strong evidence. I know where he's coming from. There's a lot of strong evidence that Tyrion is a Targaryen because number one, everybody that interacts with those dragons, with the exception of Daenerys and Tyrion, they attempt to eat them.
Jon Snow.
And John.
And Jon Snow, but he's a Targaryen.
Oh,
And
Spoilers.
And he's the only one that the dragons have allowed to touch them, besides Daenerys.
Well, they also touched on it in
And
the book.
there's the thing about how Tywin Lannister hates Tyrion and says you're not my son. There's also in one of the books it talks about Jamie is talking to one of his aunts or something. She's saying about how once upon a time the Mad King had a big thing for Joanna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tywin's wife, and he apparently raped her at some point or something, and then he did something that Tywin could not forgive.
Well, it was like
And
apparently at the
then
wedding.
Tyrion was born, and he's like, "Oh, it's a monstrosity. Maybe this is not my son. Maybe this is actually my king's son."
Yeah.
I don't know if I would necessarily call it rape at this point because what we've learned is a lot of what they called rape was actually consensual running away with somebody.
Well, no, the Mad King was the Mad
Yeah,
King.
that
But
was-
he
that one was
may
pretty
not
true.
have been mad at that point.
Who's it? Blue hat.
Yes, I have a theory. At the end, when you see Jamie, leaving, the Red Witch was already, she was ousted, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
I believe that after what Jamie had to go through, he's going to be the one that they talk about in legend.
Oh, the light of Rylor? You think he's the light?
His hand back. Think about all that he had to go through to go from where he was to where he is now. He has made the journey of our hero, of the typical hero.
Holy crap.
He has, and I will say that I think he is the most redeemed character, although my personal favorite still is Tyrion. Tyrion is by far
Yes,
my
by
favorite
far.
character. But I can agree with that. I don't know about the hand thing, but I do think that he will wind up being one of the heroes of the show.
The Red Witch wasn't killed, and I believe that's the reason why.
So you think she's going to bring his hand back?
That, you know how awesome that would be, is like a scene. I mean, in the grand scheme, it wouldn't, like, technically somebody, would watch that. But for some reason, that would give me goosebumps to see his hand grow back, and then, I'm whole again, and then.
Well, I have a theory that, in the books, Daenerys is a prophecy about her. I think Quake gives her or something, about she has 3 seas that she must ride, one to bed, one to dread, and one to love.
Right.
3 beds when she lie in, one for something.
Right, yeah, basically, yeah.
And she has the 3 betrayals.
Right.
One for money, one for blood, and one for love. Well, the one for money was probably Jordan Lamont, because he's trying to get back into Westeros. The one for blood is probably Yuri Monjur, because she killed their whole village.
Right.
Well, I mean, Khal Drogo did, and,
Right.
she killed Khal Drogo. And then one for love. She still owed a treason betrayal for love. And did you see in the last episodes where Jon got together with Daenerys, did you see how much Tyrion has already said he loved Daenerys and how creepily he was watching outside the door when Jon
Yes.
Yeah.
I noticed that.
Yeah, that was a little.
Markedly disappointed.
I think he's going to betray Daenerys because he's mad that she's loved Jon.
Yeah, and I wonder when it's gonna come out that they're aunt and uncle. are-
And he was also freshly manipulated by Cersei.
Also, the fact that John is the legitimate.
heir to the throne.
Yeah.
That might put a kink in her. That might put a kink in plan.
But he already said she was his queen, so I bet they can just rule together. She can rule the north and he'll rule up there. She can rule the south.
Yeah. So
Let the north be kind of free, be kind of part of it,
again, show of hands, seen book, read book, seen series. Who's upset that Cold Heart's not in here?
Cold hand.
Cold Heart.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know who that is.
Stoneheart, sorry, yeah.
Stoneheart.
So, okay, in the book,
Oh, is
Yeah.
that the resurrected
that's the
Caitlin Stark?
resurrected Caitlin Snow.
Okay, yeah, I know
Caitlin
about
Stark,
it.
yeah. Like the red priest brought her back, and she was supposed to be running around with a band of brothers. And like in the book, the last time we see her, she's hanging Brienne
Yeah.
for not saving Arya and Sansa. Yeah, and that's the
Yeah.
cliffhanger we get for Brienne of Tarth, which
She says
really
a
upset
thing.
me because I love her.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want. So
Her
who
fate
ships
is
her and
so
Jamie?
much.
I mean, Brienne and Jamie ships them right here.
Brienne and Tormund.
Tormund?
Tormund.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're about to have the War of the Five
Jamie
Kings
could
in
Wait,
here.
who's the squire boy?
Podrick.
Podrick, yeah.
Podrick. Aw.
Podrick is just all sorts of awesome.
I wonder if Bran is the total key to killing the In the end game, you gotta kill the Night King. He's already breached the wall and on his way on Valerian. There's some way we gotta kill him. I mean, could Bran be the Night King war again?
Oh, that
About what?
Yeah, I've heard the
Bran being the Night King.
Yeah, Bran being the Night King, and I've got a couple of theories in regards to that. Number one of two things I think is either going to happen. Number one, I do believe that Bran is somehow going to take control of a dragon.
I think so too.
It's going to happen eventually. And number two, I think there is a strong possibility. It's going to piss a lot of people off, but I think there's a strong possibility that the Night King and all the White Walkers may end up emerging victorious and end up winning the whole thing, and then a few survivors might go over to Essos or something, and that's all she wrote. It's like, oh, you shouldn't have screwed with nature.
Yeah.
There you go. What we got? Oh, we got a couple of hands. What?
I was in a fan chat with once, and they said that the theory is that everyone dies, and that the monarch of England of now is how they get started then. It's going to actually be the beginning of England, and the monarch is being right now.
Whew.
That's how that's
This is a different world, though.
Well, I've heard the theory about Samwell is narrating the story at the end, And he may be the only survivor. Ends up going east across the ocean because apparently the White Walkers can't swim or use boats. So,
I think technically in horror and fantasy can't cross water, some of them. In like historical fantasy,
yeah, I don't.
dead cannot cross water.
Well, that goes back into ancient vampire lore. Undead can't cross running water.
When at Hardhome, they were getting on the boats and left, they didn't swim after them or walk in the ocean. They just were like, oh, we're staying on the ocean.
Yeah, somehow they got
Raising the
chains
dead
down to
here,
drag
but
up
nothing happened.
this area.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Yeah, I mean,
I
yeah,
don't
now
know
I'm
where
like,
the hell they got those chains from, because like they just like out of nowhere. It's like, oh hey, here's like for big chains. We're gonna drag him up.
Marched all the way back, got it, and more.
Yeah. It's just like,
no, I mean, they.
But also magic, though.
Yeah, they do have magic. And they do have, like, where the first man landed in boats and, like, old relics. And
That is the Night King can
they got
see-
nothing but time.
They got his game to be the God's eye by Harrenhal, but I think that he can see the future. I think he knew Jon Snow and set them all up to be right there in order to get that dragon.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, he was just hanging out.
Hardhome, which was not that far from that place. Everybody talks about the change. I believe the Night King could be like Bran and see the future and kind of set things up too.
so
We're gonna have to battle.
Oh, God.
Fire with fire.
I was talking about Bran. I've got a friend of mine who has this theory that Bran is the reason for the whole thing because apparently, according to my friend, Bran has warged back several times into the Mad King, and that's the reason the Mad King went mad because he kept hearing all these different voices and everything, and that's what started this whole snowball.
You know, Jamie,
Or inbreeding.
Yes.
Jamie,
Generations of.
Jamie Lannister. What? There was the quote where he was told him as he killed the Mad King, he was saying, "Burn them all, burn them all."
Yeah, burn them all. Yeah.
That's probably. I'm almost betting that at some point during this final battle, they are going to end up having the dragons swoop down. They're going to be burning the White Walkers in just droves, hundreds of thousands of them. And they're going to be hearing somebody in the background saying, burn them all. And that is going to echo back through time, through Bran's mind. And that's what's going to just, that's what's going to be happening.
Talking about echoing back through time, let's put everybody in their feels real quick. Hodor.
I knew it was gonna happen, and it still totally wrecked me.
Like I will admit it, I was bawling.
I didn't
My girlfriend
expect
and I were like curled up in balls on the couch crying. It was not pretty.
What about Shireen? That was like the worst death I saw.
Oh, yeah.
Shireen was burned alive by a
Yeah, no, that
Yeah.
just made me hate the Red Witch and want to put a sword through her throat. I mean, yes, that was sad.
Why just watch their daughter burn alive?
That was sad.
Their idea. They're horrible.
But for
People do
me,
crazy things
Hodor
for
was
religion.
just a lot more like, let's reach out, grab a hold of your heartstrings, and just rip them out of your eyeballs.
Now, I have to hear this. Show of hands. Who felt bad for Cersei during the walk of shame through the town? Seriously? Holy,
We
like
got
3
two.
people. We have, like, seriously, we have a crowd of what, about 30 people in
There's
here?
33 people in here.
33?
Yeah.
3 people out of 33
my last.
felt bad. We got one kind of, okay? That's 4. I'm going to count that.
Beginning to dislike the what is it, the High Sparrow?
The Septon? Oh well, yeah. He needs to take a very, very long walk off a short pier.
Yes, he does.
But I still didn't feel bad for her. I hated them both equally.
Or hang on.
Well, there was this one point where, like, you know, they're ringing the bells, shame, shame, and about the first 2.5 minutes, I was like, yeah, and then I was like, okay, y'all, this is happened. Okay, I'm on her side now.
The only reason I didn't feel bad for her was because I was like, you would have had absolutely no problem with this happening to Marjorie or anyone else.
Anyone else.
Cersei.
Yeah.
So I was like, payback's a bitch.
Thank you.
I was actually surprised that they killed off Marjorie the way they did in the explosion at the
She would've
septum.
let Tommen go through it. She would have let Tommen do it. If he tried to go to Marjorie's place, he would
When I was
have let her.
watching that scene with, I think it was Tommen, right? Tommen that was married to Marjorie.
Yeah,
So.
lucky bastard.
Yeah, he was watching the scene on TV, and he walks out of it, and it's just staying there. It's staying there. I'm like, I'm gonna laugh my ass off if he goes out that. He comes back in scene and goes out that window, and then he comes back in scene and goes out the window. I was like, Colin.
Tommen Baratheon, King's Landing high dive champion.
Yeah. Hey, is anybody?
The camera on a little too
Bran
long.
was the one that lived.
Huh?
Bran lived.
Bran lived. No,
Through the high
Tommen Baratheon. He jumped out a window.
I know, you said he was the high dive champion, but he died and Bran lived when he took his
Oh.
Okay, yeah. Good point.
Speaking of Bran, has anybody seen the little meme that was floating around Facebook that showed him sitting in front of the fireplace, but instead he has the big screen in front of him watching Jon Snow and Daenerys get it on? You know?
Maybe that's why Tyrion was watching the door so hard.
Well,
It was Bran.
I like the memes that show that Jon Snow fits the golden ratio perfectly. Golden ratio?
I have no clue what that is.
Somebody? Nobody? Okay. I've got
Explain, please.
Yay, we get education by Clockwork.
There's this concept in art and nature that there's a perfect ratio that creates a perfect spiral.
Oh, the Fibonacci sequence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still in the dark.
And
It's when they have a picture and then there's like a spiral.
laid
on
the
top.
spiral over Jon Snow's butt in that scene, and it fit perfectly.
Alrighty then.
Good God.
It's, yeah. Okay.
Well, this panel just took a weird turn.
Yes, Lord Tywin.
Anyway.
What your opinion is on Beric Dondarrion, who's been brought back 6 times by the Red Witch, and he says he knows there's a reason. What's your opinion on his reason on why he's been brought back from the dead so many times?
The Red Witch needs cannon fodder.
Huh?
I said Red Witch, I'm sorry.
Yeah, the Red Priest. Yeah. You know, I personally, I have to think that he's just cannon fodder, and it says let's use this body up as much as we can, because apparently every time someone gets brought back, they come back a little weaker, they come back a little, disjointed.
Somebody's saying on the fan page that they could, trying to identify his sword being the sword of light, and that it's supposed to be some type of special meaning. The sword of light is supposed to be, a certain powerful sword. I'm curious if y'all knew anything about that. Or,
I mean, I could be wrong, but wasn't the Sword of Light made when the first guy, because I can't be bothered to remember all of these historical names in this universe, plunged the sword
Oh, yeah,
into
into his-
chest
yeah.
and pillar, and then when he drew it, that's when it became the Sword of Light. So I've seen the theory that the Red Witch is actually that wife, and that's why she's that old, because she's waiting for the
Holy crap.
I like it.
We learn something new every
That's a
day.
new
Holy
one. I
crap.
haven't heard that one. I like that. That's
She has when she's kind of
Daenerys' dragons are supposed to be swords of light. They spit fire, and then Jon Snow's sword, which is dragon steel.
Right.
Those White Walkers like fire to the White Walkers and kills them. So it doesn't have to be actually a burning sword on fire.
well,
It
it's
could be-
it's Valerian steel,
it's
which
hilarious,
is
though. Yeah, but I mean.
which is very rare and comes from
and
the
then
original
there's
land that the
dragon
men came
steel.
from.
That's another word for,
No, dragon glass is
dragon
basically
glass is obsidian, but dragon
onyx
steel
or
is-
obsidian.
is Valerian steel.
Ah.
I want to know.
So it's like.
I'll get to you in just a second, Logan. I see the hand.
Yeah,
The
so
claws are
I'm thinking
pronounced.
Dragon steel being like it's dragon fire or something. No one still knows how to make it anymore. I don't.
Well, no, that's not true because John had needle made for Arya, and needle's made of Valerian steel.
Well, made of it, not.
Needle
they
is
didn't
made
make
from
the
Valerian
steel.
steel.
It's going to melt it down and recast.
Yeah, he didn't make.
She
Yeah,
has
it was.
Valerian steel dagger now.
It was
No,
repurposed.
needle is Valerian steel.
Because Gendry said so. The guy who's in King's Landing, who was the Smith.
Yeah,
He was like,
the
"This
other
is dragon
bastard.
forged steel. Where'd you get it?
Oh.
First season.
Yeah, it's Castle Forge, it's not there.
Oh, okay. I could have swore it was Valerian steel. Wait, I'm gonna.
Yeah, I literally
Is Castle
just.
Forged a material, or does it just mean that it was forged by
It's
someone
it
in the
mean,
castle?
so there's
Yeah,
a
it just
difference
means it's
between
forged.
like blacksmiths that are in castles are supposed to be better trained than just like, hey, I live out here on my farm and I'm forging some horseshoes.
But
Yeah.
that in and of itself does not mean that it's not Valerian steel, though.
Yeah.
Well, like my theory is that Valerian steel is steel and dragon glass together, and that can only probably be made from dragon fire because the heat.
Now, I want to like.
That's my personal theory, but nobody else has to subscribe to that.
Now, in the season 7 finale, I kind of want to like go
Well,
into like season 8
hold on.
predictions.
Logan's question.
Yeah.
real quick.
Yeah, let's roll.
Logan.
Sir Wolverine.
Oh, okay. Straight up, quarrel between Bran and the dagger. And Jaime Lannister's sword was plenty enough to make Lightbringer. I believe Lightbringer will have to be forged and plunged to the heart and have to be reforged. I really believe that. I don't think that Lightbringer is still around. If it was anything, it might have been ice that was destroyed and put in two pieces and then put back together. And I believe Gendry's purpose is to forge that sword.
Man, that'll take him.
We've got like all kinds of
God,
stuff.
that would take you like 2 books to get to.
Yeah.
At least.
But we
Get
have
all
fast
those
travel
swords
now.
together.
So speaking of theories about people being people, what does everybody think about the theory that the water dancer is the faceless man?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard it, but
I think he still has to
What the water? No, yeah, I think he. But everybody, there's a lot of people that think the guy that trained her how to sword fight in like season 1 is the guy who taught her how to be an assassin in 5 and 6. The faceless man.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks that he's the water dancer.
That almost seems overly plausible.
Yeah.
I mean, especially because he was on a prisoner.
Yeah. And we never saw. He's one of the few we never saw die. Like we never saw him die. So he could still be around.
Or like a season 8 prediction. You've got the wall has fallen.
What?
Or just a
No, I'm
corner
kidding.
of it.
I was like,
Just
oh
a
god.
little fall. It's like
Oh.
we'll just patch it. Get some Drylock. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay, so the wall has fallen, and you've got the White Walkers, literally 100,000 of them or more, marching south. The first place they're going to come to is going to be Winterfell. So,
I think the last hearth falls first. Somebody said something about how they're gonna come to, like, Winterfell's over here, and where they did the walls over here, and they gotta come down through some castles to get to Winterfell. Winterfell's like 1,000 miles below the wall.
well, yeah, but that's just like 30 seconds in episode time.
Okay, so episode time and story time are different times.
Yeah, but I mean, the White Walkers, they're going to have to just be laying waste to everything. I mean, what's their
That's
end
what they
game?
do.
Like,
I
what
mean,
what are they going to do? Are they going to
It's a
go around and just
Thursday.
hit every
Destroy
single
the world.
town until they finally hit King's Landing, or are they going straight to King's Landing?
Garrett's gonna kill everybody in the world.
Yeah, like nobody knows really what exactly it is they're up to. Like they may not even be going there to fight. Who knows? They might just be showing up to be like, "Hey, got any free rooms?"
Be like in the
Probably
Powerpuff
isn't gonna
Girls where the bad guys just wanted to give everybody puppies.
We just wanted a place that was warmer to stay.
You know, the wildlands. Usually you don't recommend it, and it was warm. Well,
They can't, I don't think the White Walkers will be able to get to Winterfell that quickly because anyone who plays video games, you have to visit a place first before you can fast travel.
Oh, okay. Speaking of the other meme where the Peter Baelish is telling everybody during the finale, I demand you take me back to the Vale, and then it says you cannot fast travel when enemies are nearby.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Old Man Logan.
They're going the wrong direction. Because the children of the forest are north of the wall.
Are they?
No, they're down right below Harrenhal.
No. They're up there at the tree where Bran went. And
Yeah,
went
they
to
are.
Bran,
That was where he spent like two
which is
two
way
seasons.
north of the wall, like that
He
way.
is north of the wall, yeah.
Okay.
They're all under like
There's a
all the
huge island in the middle of the lake below
Yeah.
Harrenhal that's full of gods.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
God almighty.
Of
Like,
the
I'm learning all
Godswoods.
kinds of
So there's
stuff
the
today.
island. Okay, the island of Godswoods. Okay.
It's like this is a
And Night King won't stop till he's
multi-series.
He wants
Well, I mean, considering
Highlander
how he was
sword.
made, I don't really blame him. Cause that was some shit right there.
That was one of my favorite scenes in Game of Thrones was showing
How the Night King was made.
Yeah.
That was kind of creepy.
because I didn't really know what was going on until like his eye turned blue and I was like, oh holy crap.
Which explains why dragon glass is something they're vulnerable to, because she stabbed him in the heart with a shard of
That's
dragon
how he
glass.
is made, it's how he's
Yeah.
destroyed. One of the funny things, now I might be alone in this, but we didn't see Bran start for like 2.5 seasons. And
Pretty
then
much.
suddenly he pops up like, 3-4 years later. And when he first reappeared, like, for the first time in 2 or 3 years, I didn't know who the hell he was. It took me, like, literally 3 or 4 minutes of watching to, oh, crap, he's with Hodor. And
Really? There's other crippled kids you confused him with?
Yeah. The vast and varied
Oh,
character
God.
list. that
I'm
is-
sorry.
Oh, that was... Well, I saw his face, and I was like,
Yeah.
he didn't look at all from... He hit puberty
yeah,
while
he
he's in
did
the cave.
change, Yeah.
So,
Still.
hey...
So what's
I'm not
everybody
saying it's
expecting
right.
for the next season?
Yeah.
What's your big back of the back best prediction?
Clegane Bowl.
What?
Woo, Clegane
What now?
Yeah, Clegane Bowl.
Clegane Bowl 2019.
Whoop, whoop.
You always that.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. What?
Well, I don't know.
The Hound versus the Mountain.
Oh
Yeah,
yes,
Clegane
Clegane
Bowl.
Bowl. Okay, I heard the Game Bowl, and I was like, what the hell? Okay, Clegane Bowl. Yes, yes, I do want to see Clegane. I call it Clegane get it, but that's just The bowl sounds better. I like that.
Does anybody not think that Cersei's not pregnant?
Oh,
We had this
Oh,
talk the other day.
yes.
She's pregnant, but she's actually at the end of her time having kids.
I think
So it's gonna be stillborn or something?
no, I think she's gonna give birth, and it's gonna be like Tyrion.
Tyrion?
She's gonna kill it, and then Jaime's gonna be like,
Wait.
final fucking straw.
Wait,
okay, I can get on board with that.
what if the baby kills her? Although I like your theory, but
Well,
what
then
if,
it's just her nephew. It's not her brother.
yeah.
No, it could have been, because they talk about how in High Valyrian, Valonqar just means younger sibling.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I'm
like,
saying her baby would be her nephew, not her
He's
brother.
the youngest sibling of her children.
Oh, yeah, so not necessarily her. But I still think midget baby, Jaime strangles her.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I like that.
Maybe you can still blame Jamie as killing her.
okay, like, seriously,
Well,
y'all
yeah,
know-
but the she
I
is
need him
right.
to
The-
strangle
The
her.
prophecy
I
is
need
she'll
it.
be strangled by her
I,
younger
think-
sibling.
I actually really think it would be very poetic if he strangled her with his gold hand.
Yeah, like gold hand.
Or just crush her throat with the gold
one
hand.
that she paid for.
Or just crush
That
her
would
throat with the
be
gold hand. That would be good too. I could go
Game
with
of
that.
Thrones justice right there.
Well,
Yeah.
my biggest theory is that Sansa's gonna become Queen of the North.
Yeah.
I could get
She
behind
should
that
be.
wholeheartedly. Well,
I think Jon's gonna step down, because he's not a Stark. Once he finds out, he's gonna be
of course he's not a Stark. He's
Well,
gonna.
yeah,
You
but
can't be
the
king
one
and
thing
king
he
in
has is Ned's also fatal flaw.
Yeah.
So, I think he'll step down and be Queen of the North.
Yeah. Ned's fatal flaw. I am too honorable. Here, cut my head off. Oh, wait, there's the other one. Has anyone seen the meme where it's Boromir from Lord of the Rings? He's got all the arrows in him, and he's like, in my next life, I'm coming back as an honorable and just man. And then the next picture is Ned going, fuck!
Going back to the Cersei thing, I was reading this really extensive article about how she's very manipulative. She twists things around completely, but she has yet to outright come up with a lie.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Speak-
she twists everything, but she hasn't like straight up been
That's
like
the best kind of.
this thing.
that's
I
the
mean,
best-
that might mean it's. I mean, this might be the one, but I don't know.
Next question, Cersei Lannister.
Speaking of Cersei.
What about a theory of because of Jon and Daenerys, she's gonna get pregnant with his child? Because there was that statement where she said, "I can't get pregnant." He said, "Who told you that?" And she said, "The witch that killed my husband."
Oh yeah, I'm
Oh.
totally on board with that. Like the moment they showed them getting to bed, I was like, yep, so much for you not getting pregnant, chick. You're done.
Who else is looking forward to Gendry meeting Arya again?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's gonna be my favorite reunion.
I think my favorite thing about
Seen John again. She hasn't seen John again.
yeah.
that's
True, yeah.
Yeah, he gave her a needle and went on the King's Road, and that was it.
and Bran,
Yeah, Arya's wolf's still out there.
Nymeria, yeah.
Yeah.
John's is
Oh
too.
yeah, she has a
but-
whole pack. Yeah, yeah. I love how in the series we see Ghost and then we don't see Ghost and then we see Ghost and then we don't see Ghost and then like
You want in
Seven, you didn't see him at all.
yeah, you didn't see him at all. But like every
was
now and
in
then he
the
just pops his
dragon
head
budget.
in and it's like there was one scene in like season 6 where he's like, oh there he is, he's eating something. Okay, let's go away.
Just a reminder, not all the animals are
Not
dead.
the wolves, now there's so much of the plot stuff. They're just like, he's there, and then he runs around in the wolf's wood sometimes. And then
Well,
he comes back.
I'll-
It's wild.
I'll also think at this point the CGI is getting a bit much. We paid
Yeah.
too much CGI for the dragons.
Yeah.
We can't make a
You've
wolf
got to
this
shift
tall.
the wolf budget.
I think
Siphon
it's
it over.
gotten to what, like something ridiculous, like $14 million an episode or something
Something.
for the budget.
God.
Yeah.
How do you ride a dragon if you have a wolf with you? You like a little side.
You get a special
Little side
rocket,
saddle there.
and then you just shoot
Ooh,
him into
speaking
your
of the
rocket
dragons,
and you carry him.
the scene where the dragon, like where Daenerys rode the dragon to the battle and just like burned everyone.
That was awesome.
Like talking about who ships Braun and Jamie, because that's an interesting one.
Hey, he goes where the money is.
Yeah.
So I'm super worried that Daenerys is gonna go off the rails completely because of her pride and just like
Like, so you think she's gonna be Mad King number 2, or she's gonna go Mad Queen?
unintentionally, like with just the most golden intentions possible. Just
Like, if Jon Snow gets her pregnant with a baby, and then he goes off and dies dramatically.
Oh, holy crap.
in the Night King, she's gonna be like, I'm so tired of losing my men and my dragons. Ah! You know?
I do want to
He
ask.
left me with a baby and he's not paying child support. Oh wait, sorry.
No, that's she thought she was gonna have a family again. She thought she was gonna have a guy and a baby and her family and her dragon just got killed.
But then Tyrion will step in and
like,
fill the void.
I want-
Tyrion's gonna end up with her baby and Cersei's baby, and he's just gonna be like, "Come on, Sam," and they're gonna go somewhere else. with
Maybe we
babies.
can just start over again.
Yeah.
I was a little upset that, like, you know, the whole thing was Sam finding out about Jon being a Targaryen. Like, we didn't see that on screen. I would have liked to have seen him read that and go, oh, you know, I would like to have seen his reaction.
Because
Yeah, like,
Gary
he
was
didn't,
trying to tell
she's like, here, read this, and he's like, no.
No,
And then,
no,
like,
no,
the
no.
next thing,
Sam,
he's getting in the thing, he's
here's
like,
the
I gotta
thing.
go, I gotta tell, you know.
Here's the thing. Sam didn't read that he was Targaryen. He just read about the wedding.
No.
He didn't know that Jon Snow
But
was
that's
involved.
the thing, though. That's all in that same book, and we never saw him read that passage. He just mentions that he read it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen him read that and go, holy shit. You know.
I want to kind of get some info from the hive mind here. And when we were watching the episode a couple of days ago, at the very beginning, there is a scene where Bronn and Jaime are standing up in a castle, and it's under siege by the Unsullied, and then suddenly all of the I'm having a horrible time with
Probably in your notes.
Drogo's people.
Dothraki.
Oh, the Dothraki.
Yeah, the Dothraki. They come in with them, and there's like literally 50, 60,000 men. And then they're like, well, you know, we're screwed. And then next thing, in like the very next scene, they're away from the battle.
they're at King's Landing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're at King's Landing, coming to the Queen's request, and I'm like, how did you get out of that situation?
What happened? Like, what the hell happened?
So-
like, they never
yeah,
explained
they
it.
never explained
Did
that.
everybody die? Did the castle get taken? Did they escape?
Ooh.
Was that somewhere completely different at another time? Or what are we talking about here? Anybody have any clue? I'm like,
yeah.
please, somebody know.
On the part of the writers.
Yeah, that was a
It was
fast
like it was
forward.
almost like a completely unnecessary yet entertaining scene at the beginning of the episode that tied in with absolutely nothing. I have no clue.
One of the strategies went wrong.
Like, apparently they had, like, a back door
They
out.
never showed the battle. They never showed the taking of the castle. It was just them standing up overlooking the huge army that had laid
Highgarden.
siege to the castle. And, you know, they're...
That was at Highgarden.
I thought the Highgarden one was them talking about strategy, and they were like showing like what the strategy was going to look like, and then it was like, LOL, we're
Because I
not
thought they
actually
just
there.
abandoned Highgarden.
See, Cersei was supposed
Yeah.
They took everything out of Highgarden, all the food
But I haven't
and
seen
everything,
it.
and took it to Cersei. But then Daenerys intercepted with the dragons, and somehow Cersei got all the money. They took the money away, but they had all the grain and the wheat and the.
Okay.
Yeah, they still got the food.
in between.
Somehow Daenerys didn't take all their food away when she took all their money, and I'm like, why would you do that?
No, they sent the money
Ahead
ahead
of time, yeah.
with like the fast forward where that actually like made it ahead while the army and the food was taking
Yeah, but she didn't take the food. Like, I mean,
She just
Cersei
destroyed
later
it.
says something about like, we still have all the food from my garden or something, and I'm like, how did that work?
She still had
You know, Daenerys is a
Maybe she
softie.
did that, I guess.
all the money so she could
People starve.
pay off their debt.
Right, yeah.
Make a deal with the
And it's still like, why
It was already.
Because the Lannister always pays
So-
their debts.
Now, there's also the theory about the Iron Bank where they're saying that Cersei paying off the debt completely was like the worst thing she could have done because the Iron Bank has no reason to give a crap about her anymore because she doesn't owe them any money.
I thought the money was from the Iron Bank, and it was going overseas to pay for the big army that's coming over. She's got this huge armed mercenaries coming over.
Yeah, they took out another loan from the
Yeah.
Iron Bank.
Okay,
That's
so there we
why
go.
they were excited to receive the payment, and then they started talking about their like future investments
Like, how
and
can
things
you
like
have
that.
some more if they did that again?
Yeah.
That's what her and Jimmy were talking about. There's this huge army, she's paying the mercenaries to come over.
And Jamie was telling her they're mercenaries, they'll go to wherever the money's at, so on and so forth.
Now, we're literally just a couple of minutes away from the end of the panel, but I want to know, will Game of Thrones end on a satisfactory note, or is it going to go the Sopranos route?
George R. R. Martin said it would be bittersweet,
I don't think there can be a satisfactory, you know.
which means probably hard.
Who thinks he's not going to finish the final book? So somebody said that.
There's two more books supposedly.
I think they're both done already.
Something Spring.
Right. Well, somebody said that now that he's seen these characters on screen, why a lot of changes has happened in the series that didn't happen in the book is because now that he's seen these characters on screen, he can't do some of the things he did to them in the book on
He
screen.
can too. He's the author.
He can do pretty much whatever he wants.
Wait, is he feeling our pain?
I don't know. I don't think he feels our pain at all.
Feeling our pain. Good.
Apparently, baby, I think it's Coleman's. I don't think it's Jamie's. I think she got jealous because I'm careful with those names. The one that
The cousin. I know who you're talking
the
about.
wife, the one that Coleman was married to. Remember, she says in there, you'll have a grandchild soon because he's real enthusiastic. I think she got jealous, and I think the baby's Coleman's, not Jamie's.
God, I could sit here and talk fan theories all day.
Interesting.
Wow. I
Thank
think
you.
we should have made this panel 2 hours long. We should have taken that into account.
Yeah, next year.
I think they need to give Bran some Adderall. He just needs to tell everybody what's up.
Yeah, that would be great if Bran would just tell everybody what the
Like,
hell's going on.
stop looking like stoically at a fire and just.
Who Bran does? He.
I'm
So
sure
there's also another theory that he's not Bran anymore.
Yeah.
There's a theory that he
I've
is the
seen-
three-eyed
I've seen
raven.
all the things
The
about
three-eyed
it.
raven took over Bran's body.
Cool, tell us.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm still like, please learn how to talk to somebody.
Also, like, hey, let's relive like one of the most traumatic moments of your life under your favorite childhood spot. Shall we recount the details?
There's a time and place for such things, and that was neither one.
Right. I'm so glad to see you again, sister. Let's go over a few things, shall we?
Yeah, that would have been great. Okay, listen, here's what it's kind of like. Okay, this is way off topic, but it's kind of like the whole Star Wars thing. R2-D2. Why didn't he, when he got in Luke Skywalker's X-Wing the first time, go, okay, listen, I got to tell you some shit about your dad. Okay, same thing here. Bran should have showed up at Winterfell and gone, y'all need to fucking listen. I got some shit.
Did they not wipe R2's brain too?
No.
They did? I thought
We
they
have
did
to
both
save
of them.
that
They
in case we
wiped
write
CTPO,
ourselves
they
into
didn't
a
wipe
corner.
Why are we talking about Star Wars?
I don't know, but it's because I'm an idiot.
Stories.
Well, that's just like saying if Lyanna Mormont owned 3 dragons, the whole show would be over by now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think I want a spin-off.
She would have melted the
I want a
ice caps,
spin-off
but
of
none of
Leanna
those.
Mormont.
All right. Well, anyway, this concludes our panel. We're now at 10 minutes till. We got to give people coming in after us some time. Remember, we will be doing stuff all weekend. Drop by a table W43, W44. Subscribe to our channel and enter to win that Nintendo Switch. You get 2 entries for being here today. Drop by and tell them you were here. And thanks everybody for coming on. This has been awesome.
And if you have any kids or you know any kids, I'm doing introductory RPGs for kids all day tomorrow, various age groups. Go by the game room if you want your offspring to know how to play games.